It is almost a crime how detailed this video is. Guys, if you want to see how I achieved this look, just keep on watching because you're going to learn so much. Wisdom. Hey gorgeous, welcome to my channel. I'm just a beauty girl trying to realize her dream. And if you're also a beauty girl and you're interested in beauty and you also want to achieve your dreams, like you're very ambitious, I think this is the channel for you. I know this is the channel for you because we're going to achieve our dreams together, one step at a time. Okay, so now diving into today's video, I have a very detailed brow tutorial. I have a very detailed eyeshadow look in this video. Like, it's almost a crime how detailed this video is, but I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating this look. Like, because with my looks, I never just know or plan what I want to do. I get the eyeshadows palette out and I just move with inspiration, like okay, maybe sometimes I use my outfit, sometimes I use my mood, sometimes it depends on what is going on in my head at that moment. But I really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed creating it and how detailed it looks. So I'm just talking true on my skin prep because I think my skin prep doesn't change. I am using Nuban Beauty moisturizing primer. Okay, because I have a combination skin. So even if you don't have a combination skin, it's almost a crime to use mattifying primer all over your face. So you use it in the places where you produce oil the most. And I'm using this sample product one from TM Essentials. I bought it in their try on box. I just wanted to see how many products or product that I can buy and just look at how mattifying. Like, I literally can compare this to Becca. Okay, you know how Nigerian brands are always saying, oh, it's a dupe. I can say this is a dupe with my full chest because it literally dries my skin and it doesn't feel dry. Like, I don't feel like my skin is dragging together. But anyway, I digress. Just keep watching. I'll never forget. So as you can see in the video, I am trying to change, like I'm switching up my normal routine for this look. I'm starting off with a color corrector. That's the MAC palette color corrector. I use a particular shade like almost every time on this palette, and I've hit pan on that shade, and honestly this stuff has become so expensive. I'm looking for alternative because what? Anyways, I blend this color corrector. The reason why I'm using a color corrector is because I'm not going in very heavy with my foundation today. Like, I'm literally just using foundation on the perimeter of my face. So whenever I'm doing that, I don't like color correct rather, so that my face like is an even canvas. I know it looks weird right now, but just trust the process. Now we're in the good parts. This brow. See, please just stay glued to this. I feel like I should stop talking so that you can concentrate on this brow, because I promise you, if you do these brow steps that I am showing in this video, you are bound to have flawless brows every single time. So I'm using this I forgot what it's called because it was gifted to me by my friend. We just talked about it and she bought it for me. She's so sweet. And she bought it for me like to try, and I am going to be repurchasing. That's how good it is. I'm going to be, just look at me feeling myself. And before I start drawing, I go in with the concealer. This is the make or break stage now. I'm using a lighter shade. I think the first shade on this palette, and I'm just going to carefully look at how I'm going, just in a bit, like on the same line. When I put a line, I go back on the edge of that line to continue. I don't know, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm trying to draw a curved line, but that is very straight. I don't. Oh, English is hard. Anyways, what I mean is that I'm trying as much as possible to ensure that that's one line, like it doesn't go in different directions. Okay, and just to carve out my brow, I'm using a light shade for the tail of my brows. You guys, you need to do this process. You need to do this process. It will be a game changer for your brows. I'm adopting it You know how everybody's having signature looks. This is going to be my signature look, and I might not have any detailed video again on brows. That's why I'm doing it in this video, because I feel like nah, it's 8 and left no crumb. Is it 8 or 8? Okay, let's move on. Let's just pretend you didn't hear that. See, now I'm dragging out the concealer. I'm dragging down the concealer so that it's not a lot in the cap place, and already you can see the shape. Like that's one thing I love about this process. You can already see the shape of it. I really want to talk through this brow process so that I take you through the processes. I don't just let you watch in case you don't understand what you're watching. Okay, let me talk through this process. I will soon shut up and let you enjoy the video. Now I'm taking a darker shade, something that I would normally pass on for a bronze shade for me, maybe a shade darker than I am. And I used it to continue that line to the front of my brows, just to define it. Then guys, this step is important. See that fluffy brush? Get it. In fact, just get the Viccabel brush set. Like, that's the brush set I'm using. Okay, and blend this process, blend it down, blend the extra product, because there's a reason why you're blending, and you will soon I'll soon get to that point, the reason why you're blending. Now I'm going to take off the excess from my brush. I'm just taking off the excess products from my brush so I can go into my exact shade of concealer, and then I'm going to use it to carve the edge of my brow. So now I'm using the edge of the brush. Like, I really want this brow tutorial to be so detailed, guys. I hope I'm making sense. I'm just taking that edge of the brush to carve out the shape that I want. And guys, there is nobody that will not be able to feel these brows after you do this process. Like, you literally, you will save your pencil, to save you time, to save you stress, especially when you have full brows, or you have, in fact, even if you don't have full brows, so long as it can show ahead, this process is very good for you. If you have very thin brow, maybe I'll get a model with very thin brow and do a video on that. But just look at crisp. I hope I'm pronouncing that word very well, because I have a problem with S in the middle of consonants. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, so I'm also blending. Now I'm taking, I think I took powder. I talked so much I forgot what I did. So I used Nuban Beauty powder in shade 04 and 02. Is it 042? Forgotten the name of the shade. It will be in the description box, but one of the shade is my color, my exact color, and I'm using that for the front of the brows, and then the lighter one I use for the tail of the brows. And you guys, that is these brows. Don't worry, but I'm not yet done with this brow. I will come back again and explain my thought process with this brow. For this concealer, you don't need this much. I promise you don't need this much. I don't know what, I was just carried away. Like I said, whenever I'm doing makeup, I get lost. I forget that I'm even doing something. It's even a miracle that I used to remember to press record, because I know how many times I just start doing my makeup and I'm like, ow, you know that sound? I think I will insert it.
I shall record every step. Oh.
This process, and then no process is recorded. That's how I am with makeup. So I sprayed with my Kids Beauty. Again, you don't need expensive products. It's like affordable product can work. Let me not say cheap. Affordable products can work. And because I don't want to use a lot of foundation, that's why I went in the arm with this concealer. And again, I was trying to preserve my undertone, because the foundation I'm using is like a cocktail foundation, and because it's a mix of so many foundation, it's oxidized and it's a bit darker for me. So I just used it in the perimeter of my face. So it's, just look at this, it's a bit darker. Like I said, it's a cocktail foundation. That's why it's in this small, I don't know what is inside there. I just know it's my shade. I know it's like remnants of like excess foundation that I pour out to use for clients. So I just put it there, the ones that are closer to my shade, and it just made that cocktail. So sometimes I just use it, and because it's lightweight, because so many foundations I need, I decided to go for a lightweight foundation, but it has more coverage. It has a lot of coverage rather, and I know I look crazy, but this is what they say about trust the process. Okay, you have to trust the process. You have to trust. You're going to look mad. You're going to look like a weary. Okay, in case you don't know what weary is, it's just mad. Okay, you're going to look like what's going on here, but just trust the process and you will see the Lord's work, the Lord's doing at the end of the day. So I'm just going to keep quiet now so you enjoy the video and see how I trusted the process and how it paid off. Okay.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align.
Notice how my blush placement for this look is a bit different from what I'll conventionally do. So I'm going across the cheek. And normally when I place my blush, I'm just an evil girl.
Let's have it. Let's have it. Come on, baby, let's have it.
Okay. Okay, forgive me. No, normally when I place my blush this way, oh god. See, I've forgotten my thoughts. Okay, normally when I place my blush, you guys, okay, it's when I want to look cute and younger and baby like. Okay, so my blush goes across my face when I'm trying to give a more youthful, vibrant look. So when I have a client say, oh, I just want to look doll like, I typically would place their blush either directly under the eyes or on the cheeks. Again, if you want to learn professional makeup, I do take classes, and all these in details is what I teach in my class. Okay, you can take a personal class, and you can also just take a commercial class if you've been thinking of going into makeup. I promise you, the details in my class, the documentation, you will also get my processes, like a documented process that I do. I update this process every 6 months, and I think from next year I'm just going to be doing that every 3 months. Okay, but you get all the details, access to these colorimetry, just learn about colors and complementing colors. Amazing. My last video, someone asked me how good this Sylvimak powder is, and I just decided to show her what I meant by it's a bit too shiny for me for the under eyes. I like it for another thing which I'm going to show in this video, but just look at the details. It's emphasizing any lines and texture that I have on my skin. I'm going to use this as opposed to the Nuban Beauty one, which I use basically for highlighting under my eyes, because I don't really like my under eyes to be too bright. I like to keep it in tone or in shade, so I use this Nuban Beauty one. It's also a mineralized powder just like the Sylvimak one, but it doesn't emphasize texture. You can see that it's not emphasizing texture. The Sylvimak one looks like I put highlighter there, and honestly I love the powder for, I think, for just dusting off, because it just gives a glow to the skin. I'm going to show that later in the course of this video, but for highlighting or pressing into my skin, no. So I'm using this palette from Lhydia X Zikel. Yeah, I think so. And the reason why I got this palette was because of my friend Gunu. She's no more now, but her name is on this palette and it's a bit sentimental to me. So I kept it in my personal stuff, not in my studio foundation. But I'm like, I really used to enjoy using this palette. Let me just bring it back. So I'm bringing it back to my studio. I'm taking the orange shade in that palette. There are two orange shades. One is called Umber, the other one is called Amber. So I'm taking the Umber shade and I'm using that as my transition color. You guys, this eyeshadow is so simple, so classy, so beautiful that there's nobody that will not get it. Anybody and their grandma will get it. And I'm taking a brown shade. Now I've forgotten what this brown shade is called, but I'll put it out in the description. But the reason why I remember the orange shade is because I use them so much for transition. I had to know their names. And then I took a darker brown shade. Also will list that in the description. So I used two brown shades and 2 orange shade for my eyes. So I used the umber and amber. So I used umber to first do my transition, then I used amber to enhance the edge of my eyes. Oh my god, I hope I'm making sense. Now I'm using this palette that I didn't know I was going to like. It's by Blossom, but I absolutely love it. I just feel like the palette color is weird, but I love this palette so much because all my shimmers and all my glitter eyeshadow, I just like, if I want to create a base for my glitters, this is what I reach out for. And I used 2 orange shade in that palette to just emphasize my eyes. Like I said, my mood mostly with my eyes is basically what I'm wearing or just my mood for that day. Now, because I don't want my eyes to be too dark, like you can go very sultry by using a darker pencil, but I use this brown pencil from Didico, shop Didico, and it's in the shade maroon, and I just use that to line my waterline before going in with this palette from Annie's Beauty. It's called Meet the Browns, and I used the the first, on the first row, the last line. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, the third shade on the first row, right? I'll look for the name and put it in the description box. I just use that to smudge underneath my eyes, and then I put in I took it into the V corners of my eyes, or the crease of my eyes, just so that it marries and it's not standing on its own. And I'm using this brown mascara from sorry, just to digress, I like how Omoye Glam by Omoye used to say mascara. Okay, I'm using this brown mascara from number 7, and it's a brown shade. I apply that before going into my lips. For my lips, I use the Nuban Beauty brown lip liner in G7. It's like my darkest brown, like it works on dark skin tone. Like, I don't know what Nuban put in it, but I've repurchased. This is like my 4th time, and it's almost finished, so I'm going back to buy another one. And I'm using the shop Didico. Like I said, the Nuban Beauty one was G7. I hope I said that. I'm using the shop Didico lip pencil in shade Nutmeg. Okay, it's just a bit lighter than maroon. And I'm lining the bottom of my lips. Now, my idea for going towards this is that I want my upper lips to look a bit darker, while my bottom lips looks lighter. It will make sense. Okay, now, because I'm not usually a lash girl, but I like that feathery look. Like, I like the sultriness of having lashes on, but I really do not enjoy having lashes on my eyes. I'm just putting this lash, is like a half lash I created. Just cut the middle of a lash, and I just apply that middle part to the edge of my eyes. Okay, I know that half lashes look weird when you're when you're talking to somebody. It's like all the girlies that fix lashes and then their lashes start falling off and they look very funny. But trust me, if you use the middle of the lash, so that's just where the curve is, and then it starts to extend towards the end, it always just marries so seamlessly into the eyes. Like, I really love it. This way it doesn't poke me in the front, it's not disturbing me, but it still gives me what I want. That's why I always just use this when I'm trying to go for a lash look. Because of this eye shape, I think this works best. Now I'm using the So Pro lip gloss in the shade I think is no, I don't think that's so trim. I'll put it in the description. One is a brown shade, and then the other one is I think the second one is called peachy. The peach shade is a peach shade. Peach, peach, peach. Ah, English is so hard for me. I don't even know when this started, but let's just continue. Okay, I use the brown shade for the top of my lips again because this lips is so cool, so simple. I am just using lip gloss. I'm not going in with, but the lip gloss are so pigmented. That's why I love them. So I'm using the peachy shade for the bottom of my lips, and yeah, this is what I'm trying to achieve. Like, my top lips is a bit darker. Like, I like to feel myself so much. And you guys were back to the brown. Remember I said it was important to blend before this process is so that your pencil can apply really sharp and it's not dragging on any concealer product and making it look weird, okay? All I needed to do was just draw the top and the bottom to connect. Then wherever there was like sparseness, like I could see more of my skin, I just went in with light stroke. You guys, you don't even know how much that's all you need. That's what you need. This brow is like, it's giving me so much joy. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I just filled in sparsely just the places where my skin is showing and there's like a separation of hair, like a lot of separation of hair. I just fill that in, then brush the front, and that's it. So crisp, so crisp. I cannot say. So yeah, this is the fun part. This is why I like this powder. So in case you want to get this powder, this is what I would advise you to use it for. So I use it to dust off my setting powder. Just imagine this powder is not an highlighter, but you can see the glow it's giving me. So I apply it to the edge of my eyes, but I don't know if you want to spend that money for that. You want to spend money just to get a powder palette that you used to just dust off, but I mean it works for me. It gives me like a little bit of glow, so because I really do not even like adding extra glow to my face, so this is like all the glow I need, okay? And it's dusting off like excess powder from my face. So yeah, this is how I would use it. I will not press it on my skin because it will make it shine a bit too much, except maybe that's what you're going for. If that's what you're going for, that's very fine. And yeah, I'm using my Juvia's Place palette in Zulu. I'm using that pink shade to top up my blush. Now the reason why I love this Zulu palette is because after using this pink shade to give me like a such sort of blood warmth on my skin, like I'm actually blushing, I then go in with the orange and a tad bit of the yellow. I just dab on the yellow and then I put it. Now the reason why I'm using an orange shade is to tie in my look, right? You want to have like a bit of harmony, or like harmonizing your colors on your face, okay? So I'm going in with an orange blush, and whenever I pair orange and pink blush, I'm just like, who is this goddess? Because what is this beauty? Anyways, I'm in my studio now shouting like a fool. People are staring at me, and I just go over it. Just look at. At this point, I'm already dancing because I look too good. I'm going in with my powder brush. I did not apply any extra powder. It's just to reduce the fine lines of me applying the blush to my face, and that is all, guys. That is all. I went in with mascara. Normally I would do mascara on my bottom lash after I've set my face, but you see this my soap setting spray is almost finished, and please, I'm not going anywhere with this look, so I did not use it. I just showed it, but I not use it. And this is the finished look, guys. It looks so good. Please comment, tell me what part of the video you like, and if you gained any knowledge in this video, please let me know. Thank you so much, and see you on my next one. Bye, guys.
Time since you fixed me, I'll never forget your time. I know if I need it, you'll always believe my eyes. Crying on my pillow, rain, rain,